cares what she wants, even if it's a gun. Just tell me, please, was it all because of me? Was it all because of me? You watch me die right here. As your bullets kiss me softly. It's not your ordinary. Tried to run, but she still wants me. Feels like energetic. Can't quite explain it. Turn me into a monster. Little one, little boy. You don't wanna fuck it up. You don't wanna do it up. Fuck the team switch, so deceiving. I barely breathe it. Kiss me, then your motherfucking bullets come and beat me. Swear to God, but fucking 20s running out of Zane. Oh, you know the way. Never was a team. That shit didn't mean. Oh, you know the way. So we know it did. Ripping me to pieces. Oh, you know the way. So we know it did. You watch me die right here. As your bullets kiss me softly. It's not your ordinary scar. Tried to run, but she still haunts me.
Good evening, everybody. How's it going? Happy Tuesday to you all. I want to apologize in advance for you guys because I took a break from streaming last week. I literally was just not in the mood to stream. I was, it's one thing that Molly's been kind of asking me. She's like, "Hey, do you wanna play games?" And I just haven't had like the urge to want to play games recently, and so I took a break from that. And I'm spending time with her. We're watching shows and movies and whatnot. We've been catching up on things, and we were watching a show, and she's asking me, do I want to go downstairs and just play something on my computer? I said, no, I'm just fine, just chilling out, just not touching technology, getting away from it from a little bit. But you get that urge to want to come back and then go back and do your normal thing. So that game Phone Runners that you just mentioned, no, that actually looks pretty interesting. You're not running away from like other people or survival. You're running away from an environmental disaster that's coming at you. What is this? Hope you guys are doing good. Hope last week was okay with you guys. Huh. I gotta look at this. Hold on, let me add this to my wish list and follow this really quick here. Some game popped up in my feed here in my Steam. So, but yeah. So I took a break. Just wanted to enjoy relaxing and not having to just be on a device or touch it or do anything with it, and felt good. So I hope you guys are doing good. Evening, Jolin. Is this the right? I think this is the right artist. Let me double check this. I'm listening to the music and I'm like, wait, this doesn't sound right, but I could be wrong. Let's see. M4S.
But the truth is, I want you right here. I think we're better off friends. Baby girl, you're so hard to forget. But it's
I think I'm reading this all wrong again, but whatever. It's all good. We'll let the music play. So last week, just kind of like I said, just chilled. Didn't really do much, and had some good quality time watching some shows that we just needed to do a lot of catching up on. A lot of good deep talks that I had with Molly. Just living life. It's crazy how we're already in August though. It was the end of July last week, and now we're in August, and my youngest is going to be turning she's gonna be turning 11 or 10. Wait, no, she's what? Let me. She was talking to me about we got Chinese food last night, and she was talking to me, and she was telling me her fortune because this coming weekend we're going to be going out of town. She wanted to go out of town and have a good time in a different city. So I said, okay, cool, we'll go out there. And she was reading that, and her fortune cookie had mentioned something about having, something on Saturday happening. Her birthday's on Sunday, and then one of the numbers of like your lucky number was 10, and she's like, oh, it's got 10. So I'm like, wait, that's what I was saying. I was like, when she said 10, I was like, okay, cool, 10. I was like, oh, and for a moment I'm going, yeah, that's jumping into like, it was jumping into like her next birthday year number, because that's what I would have thought. Like number like 11 is like, oh, I'm gonna be 11, and so 11 being one of the lucky numbers, I'm turning 11, But she had said 10 and got excited about that, and so my brain had actually thought something completely different. And then I said to her, I was like, yeah, well, actually, I like the number 10 being my soccer jersey number. Division Resurgence releases sometime tomorrow for you. We'll be free to play. Division. I gotta look into that one. I can't believe we are in August. Dude, I was just talking to my coworker about that. We were like, yeah, it's August. I'm going, man, like the 6 months of 2026 went by so fast. It's wild. Then Thursday we have Restory releases. Wow, Molly again. Let me look at those really quick there. No. Restory. Oh yeah, that one. I have that on my wish list. Yep. I didn't realize that releases on Thursday, which is perfectly fine. I'll likely get it when it's on sale, like everything else. So Division Resurgence, is it basically kind of like a continuation of like the third? Like it's like, oh, you had Division 1 and then you had the Division 2, and now this is like that style of game. Okay. You're activated as a strategic Homeland Division agent in the chaotic days following a deadly outbreak. The society collapses your first-line defense civilian supply lines in the city itself. Build your lead agent, rally your squad, and fight to reclaim New York. Okay. I'm trying to understand. I'm gonna keep an eye on this one. I'm a little. I mean, I have the Division 2, and I don't. I've been here and there, popping in and out of playing it. The last time I played was like last year. But last year, like, there's some games that I have that I haven't played in like forever, like Rainbow Six Siege. That game I thought was gonna be fun for me. I couldn't really get into it for some weird reason. I don't know if it was just an early adoption of the game, and then it got better. That's what I want to say with like when I played Warframe when it first came out. It was in a way redone, where everybody's playing it now, free to play. Everybody enjoys it, and I don't play it. I'm just like, nope, I'm not playing it anymore. So, but that's cool. Division Resurgent, so many games. Assassin's Creed, we're gonna be playing that again tonight because I've been enjoying the whole. I'm gonna try to get through the story and try to finish the game, but I've been enjoying commandeering your ship and whatnot. I like the whole sailing and attacking. It's again, it's one of those games that I enjoy doing, especially if it gets not necessarily nitty gritty in the details, but that's in a way of a simulation of being not technically not a pirate, but the whole pirate life of what it was, hence again, going back to, they're not pulling me in as much as I want them to, but at the same time, like, I look at my library of games and I'm looking at, okay, I have first person shooters. I mean, I was just staring at Battlefield 6 the other day, and I don't know if it was just the maybe I'm just getting old and I'm just being a dad that's 41 years old, and I'm not saying that I'm lazy or like there's just the actual work of like the mind, the thinking, the amount of energy I have to put into thinking about playing Battlefield 6, and like, I'm just gonna do this. I even if, again, a few weeks ago, I even played what game was it? Repo. I was playing Repo by myself, just going through and just trying to pick up crap and throw it in, and then get the heck out of that first 2 levels. But that's where I was like, I just want to enjoy doing something that's carefree at the moment. I might have to go buy that that game. What game was that? I think it might be on. Is there another sale going on again? And then on Steam. Hosey, that's what it was. And play Hosey. That's like just a chill, like, So Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls. Are you guys seeing this on Steam? I just saw this is popping up on my store. Let me pause this. Hold on. Let's hire this. Oh, is my audio not playing through? Nope, it's not here. Let me fix that. This just popped up. Is this like a? This is like, it was like, reminds me of Capcom versus Marvel kind of deal. Like, it's a 4v4. I don't remember seeing this, or I haven't been paying attention to a lot of games that are like fighters, but don't mind while you're working out for forearms. So what are you saying is that I should crop the image and put a side by side of the guy in the uniform that is saluting with raising the flag? I knew that that was going to just like I think it happened last time too when I was showing this a few weeks ago, but I mean I've done that before, and yes, it does look right. Hmm.
Ready to bullshit ghost. Deadpools assemble. Deadpool Corps.
Okay, I think I've seen this. I just don't recall
There's
exactly.
something else we should do. I remember. Enter the Midnight Samurai Outriders. Oh, we're cooking now. T-E-A.
Yo, Renji, how's it going, man? Happy Tuesday to you.
One does not cross a frost sight. Everyone, get ready. You're gonna feel this.
Is that Knight Rider?
Rest in peace. All out attack. The power of Jotunheim. Hell is
Or
coming.
not Rider, Ghost Rider. Howard the Duck? Did I just see Howard the Duck? Wait, hold on. Howard the Duck. That's freaking awesome. That's great. Howard the Duck. I remember when that movie came out, like the live action movie. That was kind of crazy on how that was, but good, man. I just woke up from a power nap. How have you been? Power nap, dude. Awesome. I've been still feeling a little groggy, but I think that's just me being tired overall. I think that's just me being, you know. But I've been good. Been getting back into exercising, working out, getting ready for my youngest's birthday this weekend. Have you had a chance to sample Dungeon Crawler Carl? Dungeon Crawler Carl. Oh no, I have not actually. You sent it to me, and I was gonna play the first one, but for a moment, for some weird reason, I know you were talking about sending me 2 different video audios, so then I listened to one, then I listened to the other, and I went, oh, they're the same, but we've been so caught up with other things that I'm normally just listening to music throughout the day than I am listening to a podcast or a book. So I'm going to have to literally tell myself, rather than listening to music, let's just launch something to listen to, and it could be a book. And I just don't do it. Happy early birthday to youngest. Yeah, thank you. I'll let her know. Need some more water here. Let's see. Views of things, and it's like, okay, you know, at times some information and some knowledge isn't really beneficial for me in a way that's gonna help me in my life. So at times I'm like, that doesn't really need any amount of energy exerted on my behalf, so I'm not gonna bother with it, right? And it's not in a way of like, oh, like who cares about anything, but it's just those things where it's like, you know, you've kind of picked that, like, as you get older, you know, like these are the certain things that have just helped you move on in life, that you don't have to like, oh, that noise, you know, like my wife says, there's certain noises that have just been around you for such a long time that you don't necessarily need it, and you're perfectly fine just ignoring it, just let it go. So that's what we're doing. We're doing that and just kind of focusing on ourselves a bit. Nope, that's not it too.
You should be out of my head again. I put that for me on everything. I lose myself with you.
Yeah.
And I know I don't need it. Should be focused on me. Let me count my guap. All the shit I don't need, get it out my now. Ain't supposed to be here. Get the fuck out right now.
I gotta find better music. It's hard to play music on stream now, I feel. Is it just me? I don't know. You guys are usually, I wouldn't say like, you guys are watching everybody else, but if you guys do watch other streamers, like what are they playing in the background? I feel like I should just like play like freaking sticks, like tapping against something. It's like ambient music that you should just be playing, or like ambient sounds. I don't know. Like you open up an app and you're like, hey, just play this like ambient sounds. Here, let's go to let's go to the library. I'm gonna get dinged for this watch. I'm gonna go to like a playlist on like Apple Music, and it's just like it's gonna be like rainforest sounds, and I'm gonna get DMCA'd for it. Let's do what do you call it? Nature sounds. There we go. Sleeping nature sounds. Here we go. Forest, ocean, peaceful nature sounds. Let's play this. um I don't know the lyrics to the song, but every time I hear crickets and water running, I think of the song from The Little Mermaid. And I immediately just go sha la 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 la. I don't know the lyrics. The counter, ignore the noise as you said, may thread next into this paraphrase. People accept evil not because they say yes, but because they don't say no. Tread next to. Oh, good. So the counter, ignoring the noise as you said, may tread next to this paraphrase. People accept evil not because they say yes, but because they don't say. I like that. I like that one. Good one, Care. You must. Well, and then I don't know what the lyrics because I always jokingly saying sha la 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 la. You want to kiss the guy and then so kiss the girl, but it doesn't make sense the way I say it. But it's like I think of that whenever I hear this. It's like watch. I'm like here we go. Like hell. Like if I get dinged for this, I get dinged for this. We're just gonna play it. Let's do And too bad it doesn't really sound like it. Is it? Does it sound like it's from the actual?
Words. There you see her sitting there across the way.
I know.
She don't got a lot to say, but there's something about.
I know it's Disney. They're gonna like come at me.
Don't know why, but you're dying to try. You wanna kiss the girl. Yes, you want her.
I guess we should don't mess with Disney. No. Don't mess with Disney and don't mess with Nintendo. That's what you don't do. When are these songs like out of like, copyright? The Princess and the Frog. I'll admit I really did enjoy the Princess and the Frog movie. See, now it's dead. Oh wait, we gotta go back to our where's my nature sounds. Here we go. Rural nature. Oh god. Why is it? It sounds all the same. It's the water sounds the exact same in this entire album. I gotta find something different. Oh god. Let's do rain sounds. I like rain. It probably might make me fall asleep, but yeah. Thunderstorms, just rain, ocean, rain to fall asleep. No, we don't want that. I thought that sound you played was from the Princess and the Frog. No, that's from Little Mermaid. Little Mermaid when what is his name? Sebastian the crab goes up, and so he's trying to get the prince. Is it the prince? The prince and Ariel to kiss, so then she gets her voice back, and so it's like, yeah, that's that. And the copyright expires something like 7 years after the death of. Yeah. We have to wait a little bit longer to play that music. I'm kidding. Dude, you're trying to make us have computer take a nap. What? That makes you guys have to pee? Wait, oh, that's like waterfalls. That would be waterfall noises for me. Yeah, let's do thunderstorms then. No, it's still like. Does the thunder help? No. Does it make your stomach rumble and then you gotta like poop as you're peeing? Oh, been playing Funnel Runners on Nightmare mode. Did that game just come out? Okay, let's just find no, not free from Destiny's Child, royalty free music lab, free music party, royalty free music lab. What is this? Royalty free music for cinema and TV. Ah, let's play that. Royalty free music club. Let's listen to this one for now. Oh my god, he streams. I do, Terry. How's it going, man? I've been back. Water is water, and I use thunderstorms as white noise. Thunderstorms actually feel soothing for me. It's actually the sound of fans. Not necessarily fan. Is it fans? No, actually, it's vacuum cleaners. Vacuum cleaners are my white noise. That helps me fall asleep. That's my white noise. Like, it literally like makes me just get really like relaxed. I don't know what happens. I don't know. It might have been something when I was younger, but yeah, last week it's an escape game. Yeah, vacuum cleaner. Yeah, vacuum cleaner noise. Like when you turn it on, that noise is a white noise for me that actually gets me. I feel more relaxed and I feel like I could just fall asleep right there and then. I wouldn't like just drop over and fall asleep. I'm not. What's that? Narcolepsy. I'm not like that, but it just gives me comfortable enough to feel like I could go fall asleep. Works made for hire. Employer created works for an employee or anonymous pseudonym works. Copyright lasts 95 years from publication or 120 years from creation, whichever is shorter joint works. Copyright lasts for the life of the last surviving author plus 70s. Whoa, that's great. That's a lot of stuff. All the technicalities. So that just means Winnie the Pooh is beyond that copyright. That's all. Find parts to repair the Apex escape vehicle before the F5 tornado kills you as it gets closer. Wholly other smaller dangerous F1, F4 tornadoes, and even acid rain. Okay. Cool. I'm doing okay. Sunburn from last Wednesday's kayaking finally gone. Oh, wow. Nice. Was that fun for you? Been good. We got to enjoy the weekend just relaxing. Kids are a little agitated that they are going to have to be going back to school soon. They're trying to take advantage to all the screen time that they get. But this weekend, my youngest is turning 11, so we'll be going out of town to go and have fun. This is let's play this one instead. Hold on. This is not the right one I was looking for. Okay. That's wrong. Boo-doo-boo. Royalty free music club? Okay. You only made one? Alright. Nope, that's not what I want. That's the one. This isn't the one? I don't. Jesus. Whatever. Yes. So she'll be, we're going up there having fun for, I think, Saturday and then come back. The kids. So with the kids enjoying fishing, I found a place nearby that we can go fishing. So I invited my brother-in-laws to come this Sunday to go fishing with the kids too. So we're all gonna head down to a little place nearby that we can throw our fishing rods into the reservoir and catch some fish, or at least try to. I hear that a few of my second youngest is pretty good at catching them, so we'll see how that goes. So we got that coming up. We'll do that. And then we've been talking about, it's a weird thing. I've had conversation with my coworker about like doomsday situations. Like, what do you do and like if like not doomsday, or like just kind of like the sliver of concept of like if the world goes to shit, like what do you do in that situation? Do you call, like, or like our phone's still working? We went down that whole path, and he and I were actually like got down to the point where it was like, yeah, I've talked about that recently. And I said, holy crap, I did too. And we're now thinking about like, okay, in regards of survival and stuff like that. So I don't know if I mentioned this, but like a few months ago, Molly had bought a book from Barnes & Noble about like just a little booklet about survival strategies and guides on like what to do and how to start fires and, you know, how to set up tents and all that good stuff. And so she's like, yeah, this is really cool stuff that she's interested in. And now not that she didn't want to before, but like she wants to do stuff like that. So I said, oh, sweet. You want to learn how to build a fire? Let's go ahead and, you know, maybe start something small, like by building something in the backyard, you know, learn how to construct a tent back there as well and stuff like that. And then eventually kind of move out towards going to a campground and just enjoying being outdoors, or going to a cabin and then having the ability to go outside right next door in an actual environment and just try to survive and you know, last and experience what that's like. So I think we're going to try to go down that path, and I think fishing is always going to be that fun part of it too. And with my brother-in-law's enjoying the outdoors, I think this will help the kids kind of get to experience more things and also learn a little bit more about survival. Is kind of like an ultimate goal kind of deal that I'm looking for out of all this. You would want to make sure that, for me at least, I would want to make sure that my kids are capable of surviving, capable of being able to do like the simple things that can get them by, and know where they need to go and what to do in situations of, you know, if we get separated or something of that sort. Again, God forbid that happens, but you know, you prepare for it just in case. You kind of have to. There's no way of getting around it. You can't avoid it. Definitely helps in the future when power goes out, etc. And that's what I feel like too. It's like if something were to go bad, you know, and I've tried to make it as much of a reality or a possibility of a reality for my kids. It's something that I didn't really get to experience or even was kind of exposed to that as I was young. It was kind of, my parents were like, you know, don't worry about it. You know, you're young, just live life, and you don't have to work, or you don't have to worry about paying for insurance and all that stuff they would cover. Kind of secretly thought it was more of a grasp at, hey, I have control over you, but it was like that. It was just thoughts like that, like, you know, maybe I should be teaching my kids this, because in again, that world of it not being what we know of what it is today. That's what I said to my kids. I said, you know, this world that we live in, this reality that we have is the reality that is currently what it is now, with all the things in place There's things that are put in place to make civilization function the way it is functioning right now, and then went off on all that, and just said to them like, this could suddenly change in the blink of an eye. Who knows who's just that crazy person to start that, and we wouldn't, again, God forbid to have that happen, but what do you do then, and what happens at that point? And as you get older, and you have a family, I think my mindset kind of goes towards that a little bit sometimes. It's not as much as like, not in like those doomsday, like, oh my god, the world's ending, and like you hunker down and you buy yourself like 7 years worth of food, but you have a supply of foods, have a backup kit or something like that. As my coworker said, maybe have like a 50-pound bag of rice put into a container and sealed downstairs, so then you have that to eat just in case. And then as that goes and it gets close to expiration, then replace that, and you're eventually going to be eating it, right? So he was even thinking about stuff like that. I said, no, it's not. You're not wrong there, but you need to start a fire quick, dryer lint, and lighter wax matches. Need a waterproof fire starter, cotton balls mixed with Vaseline. Keep in sealable sandwich bag for quick access. Also lighter or wax matches. Yes, the lighter and wax matches, I'm familiar with that. I was surprised. Cotton balls mixed with Vaseline. Does Vaseline actually light up? I've never taken fire to Vaseline, and curious. Okay. I'll have to try that next time. I was not aware of that. Waterproof fire starter, cotton balls mixed with Vaseline. Neat. Teach them survival school lessons have stuck with me. And see, and that's the thing. It's like, it's like things that you think of like, oh, like that's never gonna be useful. What? Yeah. Think about civilization not being civilization as it is. Those futuristic movies of like, things going south. I mean, Molly and I just finished watching Project Hail Mary with the kids over the weekend. And then Moonfall was another one that my wife and I watched. And so those are like those what if situations, what do you do? So definitely something that you got to think about. Just overall, I mean, don't be so comfortable with what you are currently living in, because again, change. Vaseline has small traces of petroleum. Okay, yep, right. Makes you wonder how it's good for your skin. Petroleum jelly. But you think of petroleum, you're like, I guess it is right there. It's petroleum. Isn't that gasoline right there? Or like a form of like gasoline. With the way we are going, Skynet will devastate us, right? They're gonna look at us and be like, bro, like Israel, really? Russia, really? US, really? Every other country fighting every other country, really? Wow. It's like you teach a machine that this is what good is, and then this is what bad is, and this is what you're supposed to do in regard to that, and then all of a sudden, boop. But maybe if people are going like, this is what bad is, and this is what good is, and we don't want good. We want to continue to be bad. Well, I don't know. I'm not talking to that machine. With the way we're going, Sanushi's daughter's battle's kind of right. I'm going to teach him how to survive with the match. Yep. You're using just one tool and one tool only. It's like, what is that, Dad? It's a match. Yeah. So, watching movies, I don't know where the mindset of a lot of writers are, but it seems to have a lot of um, context in regards to countries fighting each other, which I think it's just more. Is it something that's just more modern that's happening that they just want to reference off of it? Is it the fear that they just want to bring into us? It's the questions that you're like, why do they keep on making things like this? If that survival stuff really interests you, think about picking up knot tying. Oh, dude, knot tying and a knot tying book. That actually, I want to get better at learning how to tie certain knots. I am not necessarily fascinated at like knot tying, but just the forms of twisting twisting an object in a way where it's gonna turn into a knot that will either loosen later on or do its job on holding something very tight and secure. That is very useful. I can't say it enough that like I've seen, I think it was Bear Grylls when I used to watch the show. I think he showed one where it was like he took the rope and I think he like threw it across. And I mean, as far-fetched as this is, I am thinking beyond this, but I recall him or recalling this where you could throw a rope across, secure it on an object or somewhere, get across, and then unsecure it from the other side and then bring it back. I think it was like a tension knot that was tight when you would hold on to it, and then when you loosen it up, and then it would just undo itself. I think that's what it was. I could be wrong, but that's what I. What are you going to do with that match, AI robot? Tsunishi's daughters. We're going to make you burn it. I don't know. They might just be like, oh, whatever. I saw something the other day. I think it was today or it was just yesterday. It was an article that talked about, is it Xbox like Game Fest or something that's supposed to be happening? It hasn't been announced because the guy that created the event was let go during the layoffs. And I'm like, man, that's like the worst slap in your face ever. I mean, am I wrong on that part, or is it like, oh, hey, like the guy made this thing that everybody loves, and then suddenly you just like let him go, you just boot him away, and then you just go for whatever else. Yo, Zap, how's it going, man? It's been a long time. So yeah, about that. Rue, happy Tuesday, man. What kind of emote is that? Hold on, let me see this. Is that like a bongo? What kind of dog is that? I feel like that's a dog. Am I wrong? Are they selling Spider-Man numbers? Bongo Cat. It is Bongo Cat, but it's like Bongo, like Shibu Inu. Says something on the other chat. Oh. Wait, which chat are we talking about? Like, did you DM me? Does everyone really love it? I don't know. I was Windows in Discord. Looks like a bongo yeah, bongo Shiba Inu. That's what it is. Fan Fest. Not Games Fest. I said Games Fest because I'm assuming it's Games Fest because it's about games, right? No, it's Fan Fest. Xbox Fan Fest. Xbox Fans Fest at Gamescom 2026 are still happening. Last I checked, yeah, there was just a delay in like the announcement or something like that. Pinged on Beam. Oh, let me see here. My Beam. That might be why. Hold on, my. This is like wrapped around me. I don't think I have. Is this? Let's see. Do. Okay, I do see your messages here. I missed that. Why is it not showing up over here? Interesting in what way? That's weird. Why is this not showing? Let me just check something. Weird. Very weird. Okay, we're gonna close that one. I'll bring this one up. Oh, yeah. I usually start at 8 o'clock now. I go from 8 to 12, and then from there I just kind of. Did I miss Angel? Was Angel in here earlier? Oh my god, dude. Hold on, let me look at this. Hold on. Why can't I keep going? Oh, bring that back. Bring that back. Weird. All right. Sounds similar that happened in the guitar community 5-7 years ago. Henning Pauly lives in Germany, where the biggest music distributor Thomann is. Well, they combined to do a great Gear Fest event, and after the first two were successful, they decided to make it a bigger thing. The third year of it, they never told him or invited him to be the host of it. Ooh, that sucks. Please don't choke yourself with a cord. It's extended. It's a long cord. So got new techs, also tech that I'm making a stupid big risk on. Wait, what? So what tech? What kind of tech did you get, buddy? We do have a new update that chat says, so it might be a malfunction if you're using an external chat. Oh, it could be it. Oh, I'm using Beam, and then I know it usually pops up with Twitch. It didn't show up with the Beam messages here, but I think it's good now. How to explain it? If you can't talk about it, it's all good. Shiba Inu. I think Shiba Inus are cute looking, but are they? Do they have a temper, or am I wrong in that part? Then again, I wouldn't be getting a dog because we can't get a dog. But I wouldn't get a dog. I mean, I like dogs. I think the problem for me is that it would be a lot of work. I've had kids, and kids are a lot of work. There's a lot of work in it, especially when you have multiple kids. But when you can't communicate with them effectively and they don't even help, which sometimes your kids don't help. Just keep that in mind. But a dog doesn't help at all. Or well, I guess let me put this in other terms. A dog can't clean itself effectively where you take care of it. Are you telling me that? I mean, yeah, maybe you could body train a dog to like poop in like a mock toilet, or I don't know. But that's being pretty creative, and I'm assuming that's going to take a bit of work. Not something I would want to invest in. I mean, kids, yeah, you know, they're going to grow up. They're going to invest in all that. You're investing in their time. You're investing in their growth, who they're going to be. But then they grow up and they're capable of doing it. I'm still not picking up after them. At least I hope I'm still not picking up after them. You know, let nature take the dog. Right? Let nature be nature, and let nature be like, yeah, here, you are an animal, you know? Like, I wouldn't mind having like an animal that like I could call a friend or something. You know, like I've seen videos where like people befriend like animals, and like there's a dude who was like snorkeling and he found like a little octopus that he became in a way friends with, that he would come and visit daily and it would like hang out with him. Like, that's kind of cool stuff. But to consistently be like, oh hey, you're my dog and I'm gonna take care of you, I'm gonna raise you, I'm gonna pay for everything, I'm gonna, you know, clean up after you, I'm gonna wash you, oh did you poop, I'm gonna clean up your poop, you know, like all that is a lot of work, you know. So like having all that and then knowing that that's going to be part of the life for the rest of that relationship. Not saying like oh I don't like dogs. I'm just saying like for me, I could not invest in that with the lifestyle that I have. Maybe if I was like single and I didn't have kids, or you know, whatever, and my main focus was like my life and doing whatever and having a companion, yeah, maybe that would be a lot easier. But in my situation, I wouldn't say so. Dunson, oh, ooh, dude, that looks cool. Hold up. Nah. They look like Meta glasses, but better. I'm not so fond of like the Meta glass kind of idea of like, hey, we're recording you. I'm gonna have to look at this a little bit deeper. Dogs I work with small children. I loved all my dogs, but it wouldn't be fair to them to bring one home at the moment. Right. And I think that's where you kind of like put into that consideration of like, is this gonna value, or is this gonna be something that is gonna work out for both you and the dog? You know, you wouldn't want to disregard the dog, leave the dog alone, let the dog feel lonely. You would want to make sure that the dog's feeling well and taken care of. I can't even take care of myself. I can't get a dog. I mean, yeah, you got a good point there. Then at least you admit it. At least you are there. You acknowledge it. You know, and you're not like those other owners where they take a dog and they're just like, they don't care. You know, they just throw it on the side, they throw it in a cage and leave it in there, and it's just devastating to see that. You know, I wouldn't want to do that. Dogs require more work than people admit, and that's where I'm like, you know, and then I go, well, what about a cat? You know, I personally don't mind cats. My wife, on the other hand, she doesn't like cats. She doesn't like how they feel. She doesn't like the way they look. And then my oldest is allergic to cats. So obviously we're not getting a cat, but I like cats. I don't mind them. That's me. Creeper glasses, yeah, the meta glasses, the creeper glasses. My colleague has it. I should get a girlfriend to take care of me. You should, Rue. Doesn't what's his face? Oh god. Dude, long hair, big time streamer. Didn't he just get a girlfriend? I heard. Yeah, go get a girlfriend. It seems like that's kind of shaping him into being a better person. Maybe that's all he needed. Maybe he just. I'm gonna keep my mouth shut on that one. Like with pets, the right one is important to have. Low maintenance versus high maintenance, and etc. So you want a quick chat on them? It's not gonna be a quick chat. Let me look into it. Let me kind of just dig in, and then we can talk. I don't want my whole stream to just suddenly turn into like, oh my god. So we'll keep that out of it for now. An impromptu AME on the. Problem is, if it doesn't work out for one, it won't work out for the other. So it doesn't really matter on the type of pet; it's still not going to work out. I kind of figured. I wouldn't say I figured, but like I've seen like not that cats like to be alone more, but they just seem to be capable of being on their own and managing themselves. They seem like, like it's like that whole idea like, oh, men are like dogs and like women are like cats, and women are capable of handling and taking care of themselves, most of them. And then men are like, but squirrel, But anyways, that's like saying if you want a mother to take care of you and you can have time with. Ooh, we definitely went there. Asmongold, yes, him. What are you looking at for Cass to say that the furless ones? I think for her cats overall, they just. I don't have Asmongold money or exposure. There's that. There is that. I mean, that means you just have to go out there more, The one thing that people are accusing the girl is trying to get his money when it's well known she doesn't need his money. Oh. I'm not familiar with the whole deal of it all. I could care less about it. I was just surprised when it popped up on my feed. I'm like, wow, here we go. Next chapter of his life, maybe. She's getting so much free publicity out of that relationship. I'm not gonna judge them, and I'm not gonna try to like, and so I'm gonna put this into perspective. I just got done talking to my wife about how what was the conversation we had, honey? It was right before I jumped on here. Refresh my memory if you can, but it was in regards to just I just look at both sides, and I understand about it was about the incident that happened recently about an In-N-Out place, burger joint, and what had gone there and what had transpired and all that. And I understand that like there are certain people that feel like that is a good thing to have to prevent things like that from happening, and then there are some that are just like, that's not good at all. I see both sides. I do. I see all sides of it. And so shh, they're not supposed to know. I think both sides is getting publicity. So I mean, I don't even know who she is. Is she like a influencer as well? Simple summary: dogs require attention and play, food, water, treats, vet care, walkings multiple times per day, washing to keep them clean and no smells. Paying attention to accidents that need to be cleaned up. Let's not forget that they cause a mess and furniture damage, garbage, pail turned over, etc. And never, I repeat, never use a robotic vacuum if you have a dog or cat and are not home. That would be bad. That would not be good. I've seen the ones where like people have said like, oh, like my Roomba went to clean my house, my floor, and my dog had to use the bathroom, and now the whole floor looks like it. So yeah. Okay, because accusation is pretty hilarious when you realize it. with the accusation. They're both grown adults. They can do whatever, exploit each other. Yeah. Sexy time burger. No. So it was a use of the Second Amendment, and it was like, okay, you know, I get it. I see both sides. I see why that is the way it is, and like I said, like with the two of them, I'm not gonna judge what her intention or his intention or who they are and what their whole goal is, but at the same time, it's like you put yourself into that limelight, which makes sense, because that's maybe the lifestyle that you have or the lifestyle that you want to do. It goes back to even like me talking to Molly the other day about like there are moments in my life that I've experienced that I would love to share with the world because it's just things that are cool and things that I think are funny. Like moments of my children growing up that I obviously didn't want to share at the time when they were kids because it's just got those weird people that are out there, but still have those weird people. You just know that that was a kid that was at that age at that time. But anyways, like being able to share my life, I would love to. Like I have things that happen in my lifetime and during my day that is just hilarious, and I go, I wish I got that on camera. Comments that have been said that I wish we got that on camera. But I am not gonna sit there and go, hey, pull up a damn camera and let it run for 24 hours and just capture everything, because I just don't have the energy to do that. I'm not gonna go through that and then look it over. I have my life to live. And it's like, oh, and I've seen some was a female streamer who was very big, and she has gotten her license technically revoked, was it, or expired, and she can't drive, and she's not a great driver, so she hired a driver for her. But that's just the way she is. But aside from all of that, if you had somebody to help you for that part, then maybe. But I mean, I don't know. You need to share stuff like that, but and then you have the whole like those glasses that you just talked about, Zap, or the creeper glasses. Like having that is to be an experience to relive in that perspective. I think that would be great, but that's when you get down that fine line of like you never know when your dog will have a sick or loose accident when you're not home. It's not something you can control. Exactly. Watching a lot of reaction videos, you would be surprised how much in U.S. society that people are out there doing wrong things, bad things they claim they can do so because it's their First Amendment right to do so. Let me ask you this question, Terry. You, being from a different country, this is always I kind of miss like those that were overseas that would come here and visit and watch my stream, because then we'd have these conversations like, what's it like in Canada? Like, what is the mindset of like the whole first amendment to do so? Like, does that happen often in Canada? Does it happen often in countries in Europe? Does it happen in South America? Like, it's just I know there's people like that, but like at what extent and at how extreme and at what number of masses in that population are like that, you know? But there, gave you the summarized version that makes you understand the ridiculousness of it. Don't say it, of course. Don't say it. Hmm. Wow. That's a quick summary, but let me just keep reading this quick. I don't remember his rival, but I did hear about the dog zapping. Oh. The one that zapped his dog. Okay, I know which one you're talking about. I mean, I don't know what I don't look. Oh god, just streamer drama. And here I am talking about I don't even want to deal with drama in my personal life. I don't even want to deal with drama with people outside of my life. It's stuff like that. It's like, all right, guys, really? Like the gossip that you're looking for, bro. Just look out your window. It's right there, man. Just look at your friend. Go look at your classmates. Go look at somebody in your life and enjoy the drama that's happening right there in front of you and forget about the noise that's happening around you. I mean, there are certain people that when I see them, I'm gonna voice this out because I'm tired of just having to like be so soft around people that are like, you know, they give you shit and then, you know, you try to give them shit back. But there are people that like they live their life the way they do, perfectly fine. Do it the way you want to. That's how you live. I don't care. That's how you choose. But when you step onto the toes, the respect of others, and you disrespect others, that's when I see you in a different limelight. I see you in a different prism of a human being, and it's not even considered a human being. It's just even less than that. And that's where I draw that line. Is like I am a human being. I'm going to respect everybody else with 150% of human being effectiveness. Like this is a civilization that we should be advancing ourselves and going, hey, you know, I respect you because I'm living my life. I'm a person that deserves to live my life the way that I want to. So you should live the life the way you want to. But don't step on my respect and disrespect me, and don't step on the things that I want to do because you think that that's your decision. When did I decide something for you? I didn't. So that's where things are a bit different on my aspect on things, and it's like, hold on, bro. No. And so again, the noise outside, the drama that happens, everything else. This is why sometimes when I'm and I'm gonna say this, and it's hard for me to say this because I even said this to Molly as well. And this isn't a like, oh, like I'm giving up kind of deal. But let me put this in the perspective of things that I've been through. And I think that's the hard part. And so for those of you that are watching, which there's not many of you, but this is a message that I just kind of want to say because it's something that I would love to say to people outside. and the thing is, I don't, because it's like I respect them enough to not say anything. I respect people around me enough to be like, you know what? You might not understand where I'm coming from, and that's okay. But respect the fact that that's my decision on certain things, you know? Is that good for you moving on with your life? And everyone's like, you're trying harder than entertainment tonight. So all the gossips and all that stuff. By the way, that Gen X YouTuber that's been following has officially been in Canada since the beginning of July and posted in 3 weeks in video explaining how different and better Canada is, where she lived in the USA. She simply says, in the USA, I never felt like I was in a place I fit in. Since being in Canada 3 weeks, I already felt so after a week. I put the link on her video in the Discord. Okay. Oh. See, and I think that's that. I think that's where it's like, wow, you know, and definitely it's a scary thing to move outside of the country that you're originally in and to experience something else of a different lifestyle that is not what the US is like. It's definitely a culture shock, I would say. Question is it for the better? We actually know somebody who moved out to like the Southeast Asia area. She just kind of up and left and moved out there, and my understanding is she's doing better. She's enjoying her life. So some people, they can do it. I'm not sure if I could possibly do it at the moment. Maybe not. So men's can't be Some men can't be bargained with, some men can't be reasoned with, some men just want to watch the world burn. Yeah. Oh yeah. I think that's the hardest part about it too. Especially when I know that there's so many good people out there that it's like, you know, we're working. We're trying to do our best. It's just, it's hard to do good and maintain that goodness when it keeps getting stomped on as if it's not for good, you know? When it's easier to just turn the other cheek than actually face what's happening, that's when it's like, okay, how much more of a man are you than I am then? You know, but did I tell you guys my message? I think I got caught up reading up a little bit more on this, but again, in many of these US based reaction videos I've seen in the same thing, First Amendment right entitles these people to say or do something that is questionable to a normal human being with good morals, right? I've seen people do that. I saw a guy who was like, what, he sped past a school bus that had the stop sign on, and kids were getting out of the bus and crossing, and the dude just drives right on through in front of this cop. Cop comes up to him, pulls him over, asks him what he's doing, and the guy's like, I live here. This is my street. I live here. I can drive up here whenever I want. And the officer's like, what? You live here? So you think since you live on this block that you can just do whatever on this street and disregard the fact that children are crossing the street and there's a bus that tells you to stop? You think that you have the right to just not care about the laws of the road because you live here? It's like, excuse me? It's just like that. Oh, to go to nicer topics, yes, I am using those glasses. They're privacy centric and working on making some business based apps out here with it. That's awesome, dude. Good for you. Dude, keep me in touch. I would love to have gear to just tinker around with, but I don't have that. I don't have the luxury or opportunity. Oh, he gave you that Officer Gold. Basically admitted he did it. Ticket Central. Yeah. So, going back on that whole little thing I was about to say, there's my life. My life has had lively and colorful events. You guys know them. You guys have been here for them. And for those of you that have been here for them, I thank you for that. Thank you for coming here and sticking out with me and being here, watching my streams as I go through attempts to get somewhere with this and attempts to make something out of this. As lacking as it is with my attempts, thank you. And so with, you know, Molly's health, Molly's our scare with Molly, my scare, and all that, I've come to slowly look at streaming as like a chore now. And not like a chore like, oh, I have to come on here and I have to entertain you guys. It's more like a chore for me because when I'm looking at what I've gone through in life, and I'll say this, when your wife almost dies in front of you and you are worried about her and you focus on that in your family, streaming and trying to do something with, and I'm not saying that you guys aren't important, you are, but when it comes to people that are in your life that aren't technically in your life, that affect you day in and day out, it doesn't. I mean, and this is because of a person that hasn't gone anywhere with this. I'm sure if it was like Ninja or Asmongold, whatever, I'm sure there's that support there. And I'm not saying I don't have the support. I'm not saying that that's what would make the difference, but it's like it's that feeling of like you don't. the most important person in your life is almost wasn't there anymore. So you look at streaming as like I'm coming on here to do this when I could be spending time with her, spending time with what's more important. And again, I'm not saying that you guys aren't, but it's that where I gotta go. Then I take that as a personal thing to real life. I go out, I see friends, I see family, former friends, I see people that I've seen in past life experiences, and I don't have this urge to like keep in touch or communicate because I have this mindset of like, I didn't communicate with you for years before that. And now why would I even do that now when it didn't affect me before, but what's affecting me now is what is important to me. So it's like that. And we've run into people that have looked at me and my family a little bit differently because maybe we don't want to go out. Maybe we don't want to be with people today. Maybe we don't want to. Maybe we don't just want to hang out. Maybe, our friends and family, they drink. There's beer. I mean, it's a common thing in the US, obviously. But I don't drink a lot. My wife doesn't drink a lot, and she doesn't like to drink a lot. So we've cut back. But there's still people that like insist that you continue to or try pressuring you to, and it's like if you don't want to, then you just don't want to. But it seems like people just want to continue to control you and try pushing you in ways of doing things. And even outside of just that influence of it, it's like I don't I didn't have to deal with this before. I've dealt with what I've dealt with now, and now I have to deal with this that I don't want to deal with. And I even told my wife, like, it's gotten to the point where, like, if it gets to the point where there are people that are just keep on not understanding where I've come from and what I've gone through, I have a lot of things I could say, but I don't. I am not a person that brings up things. I'm not a person that wants to say things, but at the same time, it's like using my streaming and that mentality of it, like coming on here and doing something when you just sometimes don't have that drive, or there are times where you just don't want to go out. It's one and the same. It's like, what? My wife is more important sometimes, and I feel like as much as I would hate to walk away from streaming, like streaming is going to be more of a side thing for me, where it's like I might not even try to focus on it as much anymore or even consider it. And this is where my mindset is in the process of thinking this, and it's more, again, just like, it's what's important to me right now. Shift the priorities is understandable. So what if you were at that point? What would you still consider that stream more important than your own family, than your day in, day out? Yeah. When your mother shows up and then proceeds to agree with the cop's reasoning and begins to ream out the daughter in front of her, being like, "You made this mess. I have another kid, another job to survive, not being here to deal with the mess you know better not to create." I totally get what you're saying. That's how my life has been. It's been the last few years that I have met people that have given me a reason to get out of the house. Mind you, though, Friday we have someone shot and eventually died later. That's kind of starting to make my small town feel a little unsafe. See, and there's always that part too. Like you get that, you get those things happening outside of your control when you're outside, where you're like, do you want to deal with that and experience that. And it's not like, you know, be afraid of it, but it does make you go, and it goes down all that whole path of like, okay, so then what do you do to make it safe? And there's really no good answer for that. But I don't want you guys digesting that as like the negative thing of it all. But it's like, I just know that as I'm getting older, like I'm just kind of focusing a little bit more on things that I start finding a little bit more important. So I heard in the news in the morning that some people that are dating, they have no problem with doing something like grab a Subway sandwich and come back to watch Netflix. On their second date, some external people would find that atrocious, but people are just changing because trying to do all these extrovert externals that people are practically expected to do. It is too much money, or just too much in general to expect, especially in this economy that we're currently in. Hands down, I think that I mean, I feel bad even to not be able to do things for my kids, because things that were not as expensive as they were are twice the amount. I can't go from paying, you know, $25 for let's just hypothetically say for an amusement park, cheap, simple, $25, and now it's like $50 off of the same amount of pay that I'm getting. That is twice the amount. Like, who suddenly thought that getting paid, like paying for something for twice the amount it originally was, is a good thing? Only the people that are profiting off of it. And I think that, and I'm not, again, not going, I don't want to go down this path, but it's just to see the disappointment in some people's faces when you have this, when there, you know, parents that like can't afford things for their kids because what? It's so damn expensive now. But definitely would agree that like going out to just like grab like a quick bite and then coming home to watch something as a date, I think that'd be okay, as long as you don't have that crazy person that's willing to just keep you a little later than you want. The fact is, death or coming close to death changes your view on things. So I'll totally get what you're also trying to say too, Sunushi. I've always said that if I found someone, it would remove a lot of my online time. There's that, yeah. I think I think when you like Foxy, Foxy found somebody, he's dating her, and you've done a great time. You know, there's that you get that interaction with somebody that's going to cause you to want to focus yourself on other priorities. I mean, if I saw less of you here, Terry, because you were dating, I'd be like, whoa, dude, awesome, good for you. That's sweet, man. Well, Daddy Bezos gotta get his money, so it does the other billionaires like the Walmart family, etc. Hey, now those handcuffs are consensual. But I mean, it's like, it's stuff like that, and I'm like, hands down, it's like, dude, let's just, come on, let's just live life, man. Streaming was just fun. It's not a job. It wasn't, and that's what I've been doing. Like, I've just been jumping on here. It's like, I've had a great time just coming on and just playing games. I mean, I think the thing that starts kind of getting to me is like, the 4 hours that I put into here, can I put it towards something else that I would find more productive? I'm not saying that I'm not being productive here. I'm getting to enjoy playing games, getting to enjoy to talk to people on stream. I'm getting to entertain when I don't entertain in real life. It's like doing a side gig of like comedy at night, you know? Hell, I could be writing up skits if I wanted to and be telling you guys all this shit. You know? We could do a goddamn, you know, talk show if we wanted to. I just don't have the time to come up with these ideas. I do have children that could help me come up with these ideas. We could do some quirky things if we wanted to, which would be great. Like I said, I would love to play Minecraft with them on stream, but it's about just planning and the energy. It's the energy. It's just somebody just pump energy into my veins. And no, I'm not talking about monster energy. I'm like literally like the energy of the sun. If you money with it, fantastic, right? Everyone and everywhere else try to make it a job. I mean, just looking at the Streamer University that happened when Kai Cenat did it, and seeing, I think it was, what was his name, Ludwig. When Ludwig was doing his video, I saw somebody posting it. It obviously was on live stream too. He was talking about the money that he made, and then the top 100, top 1,000, top 5,000, top 10,000, and just the amount of change and amount of money you make, even up to the 10,000 or whatever number it wasn't a lot. It's not a lot. You don't make a lot of money at the top 10,000. So unless you're like hauling like ass and producing and having connections, it's hard. It's gonna be hard. I mean, and granted, it's not like I know I haven't been putting my effort into this, but I work with AMD. I'm not pushing myself out there to get so much of attention on that part, because I know, I mean, I could be like, yo guys, I work for AMD, like, or I work with AMD. Like, doesn't that say anything? Does it? I don't know. That Streamer University, that was the worst example of dumb shown. I heard that too. I heard Kai Cenat say like, wow, the people that were on there and the amount of disrespect that was happening was just so beyond imaginable. So it just kind of shows you also at the same time, like the growing generation and what they're being told to portray themselves as to get this fame is just wow. Sign me out, please. Definitely, if I were to upgrade now, easy 1,500. What was this? Cost of living is crazy nowadays. Like I was saying, tech wise, 4 or 5 years ago, doing PC upgrade wasn't that painful, affordable nowadays. 500 upgrade was now like 1,500. Dude, I remember putting like $1,100 towards my PC and getting to play for 6 years plus. Perfectly fine. I was happy. Oh, it detected my hand. But now it's like, no. Now it's like, nope, not a thing. Sorry, doesn't exist. Oh boy. It's supposed to be not that back view. No. What happened to all my other ones? Main. There. That was weird. Okay. Let's see, where was I this? Nobody had that organized, and the people participating were far worse. Let me just say this. Some people might not be great at organizing. I don't know. If I was streaming and doing channels, is the people who get obsessed with this somehow making enough to live off of or fame from it isn't realistic for the amount of output to do so requires. There's a lot of work. I mean, I've seen people saying, yeah, you got to put 12 hours in a day and then you're making like what? And when you're breaking that amount of hours you're putting into work and then basing it off of the amount of pay you're getting, I did the calculations when I was only making 36,000 grand. Like 36,000, 36 grand. And I was working as salary. And there were weeks where I would be working 55 hours. Put that into the perspective of how many hours you get paid. It was shit. You know? And the people that are on here, if there were ever the people that were, if there were anybody in the stream watching and they knew what I was talking about, hands down, they probably would agree. Yeah. And then the people that actually work there that have some form of hand in it, because I know those people, I'm sure they'd be upset about me saying something like that. But it's hands down, like that's what happened. Queenie's jobs is to do everything possible to have their shot as the next fame takeover. No plan B, much less C. People finding themselves homeless in a wrong location. I'm just trying to make sure that my kids don't run into that situation. I mean, there's a point you can have sympathy for what is going on. Nice tour, Sushi, right? But that wasn't sympathy to situations. That was just dumb. I literally just recommended a pre-built PC from Costco to a friend of mine. It was clearance iBuy Power Machine, 9800 X3D, 32 gigs of RAM, 5070 GPU, 2 terabytes SSD, 3600 millimeter water cooler, 1400 plus taxes. Showed them putting the parts in the PC picker. They would be stupid not to buy it versus having me build it. It would have cost $2,200. Oh, yeah. As a PC builder, that hurts seeing that. Like, oh, hey, $1,400 for this PC at the store. And then you're like, well, I'm going to build it myself. Wait, what? I'm paying more? That just eliminates the whole purpose of PC building. Like, oh my God. That's so gut-wrenching. Like, I haven't looked at PC parts. I mean, we're almost live showing Idiocracy at its finest, which is a scary thought. Dude, I did not watch it. It was that bad. My wife just told me to watch it. Like, I just recently watched Idiocracy within like the last few years, and I went, holy crap. I'm like, this was me. Okay, like, let's just window movie, window movie. We're not in the movie, right? That's basically what it felt like. Seriously. Oh, please keep your kids at bay away from this stuff, dude. Like, this is why, like, when they're on social media or not social media, but they're like watching their YouTube stuff, and I look at them, I'm like, okay. I said, you do know that they're just like, this is not reality, right? Yeah, I know. Okay, you're just for entertainment. Yeah, I know. Okay, good. We're having this conversation, so you know that this is not the life that you really think that we're gonna be living in when you get older, because it's not. They got it home. I looked at the parts, and they're great. It's a decent motherboard, PMI, GPU. Oh, sweet. At least it's got good stuff in there. You know, it's not like a green terabyte drive that my PC appreciated at value. That shouldn't happen, right? It's like, wait, hold on. I bought this for $1,000 and now I can sell it for $2,000. I didn't know I owned a miniature house. Welcome to the real state of PCs. I finally did watch Idiocracy, and my God, I was literally clairvoyant. Oh my God. Like, all I had to remind people, I went from 16 to 32 to 64 RAM. I have a 6950 XT 16 gig VRAM GPU. It genuinely shocked me. I didn't want to remove the heatsink, so I didn't look at the SSD. Oh, good. Right? But at least you looked at it and you're like, wow, this is a good build. Building currently is pre-builds offer better buyer choice despite optimization nowadays. As long as this parts are not E-machine, E-machine. And I went from two times 2 terabytes NVMe drive, 2 terabyte SSDs to 2 4 terabytes and 6 terabytes. I have a Synology NAS with roughly 16 terabytes of storage and a 32 gig RAM. Are we there yet? Dude, I don't know, man. That scares me. That really scares me. Like, to just be like, hey, are we there yet in regards to what? Idiocracy? The movie? Like, is that the reality that we're in now? Good Lord, I hope not. No. We're not supposed to be there. We're supposed to be moving away from it. But it was like, you got those that are just like, I don't want to listen to you. I just want to be dumb in my old ways. And you gotta look at it and you're like, I understand. I totally understand that, yes, every human being deserves to live their life and do what they would deemed what they like to do. But when it starts to affect the overall quality of life on this planet, what do you do? Where do you go from there? What happens? We got a little update going on Assassin's Creed Black Flag here, so hang tight. Agree, this piece was clearance. Costco just restocked it, I assume, to adjust the pricing to the new standard. It's now listed for because the part number was different. Is that it? I don't. God, that sucks. 16 terabytes, you can buy a car with that. How did I basically combine into almost 15K when my value didn't break 4,000 total cost of port, right? Like, how did this suddenly become $15,000 worth of stuff that I didn't even buy at 15,000? I mean, if that were the case, oh my God. That was like what happened with used cars when the pandemic took a shit on us. Bullety, we're on a bullet train toward idiocracy. No, don't tell me that, please. Idiocracy got 500 years of dumb shit before a normal guy fixes things. Right? Part number was new, but it's the same machine, so I assume it's new shipment. Oh my God. The audacity, dude. Seriously. I mean, yeah, you're losing out on money, but it's not like you're losing out on everybody else is like gaining from it. It's just, or like, let me just say this. If it was uneven where like I was losing out on it, then it would make sense. Like, okay, raise the price. Like, oh, like the general price is like, oh, hey, soda is like $2 pop. You know, it's $2 for a can. Hypothetically, it probably is like nowadays, but or 50 cents. Let's go back to like 1990s. It's 25 cents for a can. All right, if I can put a quarter in, you get a can out. All right, not $2, not $1.50. It's a quarter. You throw the quarter in, you get a can out. Right? Like, what the hell, guys? I'm just so goddamn expensive. Excuse me, I gotta water my crops with Gatorade, right? That was kind of what I told him when I saw the prices. Immediately buy, do not hesitate. Dude, I would have been on that, like, white on rice. I miss the days of 25-cent cans of Coke. Oh my God. There's a machine that's actually near one of my workplaces that you can still throw a quarter in, you get a can of pop. Best thing ever. You're back. All right, I've been drinking a lot of water, just hydrating, and had to use the restroom. So, all right, let's get into some Assassin's Creed. We're already at 10 o'clock. Wow, we've been talking for 2 hours. Okay, we're really gonna go there. I miss the days as a kid, seeing 85-cent 9 out of 10 a gallon. Dude, the days of gas being only 99 cents. God, I miss that. I miss taking out a $20 bill, and that was enough to cover for gas for my car. Oh my god. Can't even get a bottle of water for $1 unless you buy it in a case type package. Cost me $3 for a regular 16.9 ounce bottle of water if I try to limit soda. At lunch today, since I ventured out of a building because it was a nice day out, damn, $3 of a regular 60.9 ounce bottle of water? Just water? I need to remind that was in the 90s, dude. 90s. Those are the good days. We're gonna launch the game since it's already up to date. We'll let that go. You guys continue chatting. I'll look at your messages here shortly while I change the category here. Bro, where'd you go? Where'd you go, bro? Look at this guy. There we go. Not to go there, but the tariffs are killing things for many things. I was just watching the latest on that, and here in Canada have great aluminum production, but because of Trump's tariffs and actions versus Canada, we recently struck a deal to sell aluminum strictly to the EU countries. So things like cans, cars, etc. will now go up in price down there. Yeah, cool. I loved it. That's exactly what we wanted, wasn't it? So then we had to pay more for things. That's what these tariffs are supposed to do. I'm supposed to be paying more for what I was getting for cheaper because we were working with countries. Yeah. I don't remember that because as a kid I never looked at gas prices, but I feel you. How cheap pop-up here is like 50 cents. Subway now sells hot dogs for $10 for a foot long. From them. Let that sink in your head as how bad things are in fast food circles. $10 for a foot long hot dog? It's just a hot dog. It's $10? Whoa. Dude. I'm not paying $10 for a freaking hot dog. Yo, that hot dog better be dipped in gold and then drizzled with like with diamonds that I can eat or something. I don't know, dude. That is crazy. $10? No thanks. By the way, I bought a new USB hub that I have not yet installed. It is powered. My other one is going bad, so I had to get a new one. The other one didn't have that many ports. This one actually has plenty, and it is all USB 3.0. I think those ones were too, but oh, is it me or Sunuchi auto? Oh, no, why? Stream didn't break, but that was an interesting watch. Wait, what happened? I died? My stream broke on Twitch? What? Hold on. Let's take a look here. Okay, that's weird. Weird. All right, so the funny thing about it is that I'm using Beams like Restream, so I'm curious why that's not working right. Hang tight. Let's retoggle that. Here we go. I wonder if YouTube died. No, YouTube's still running. So interesting, but adding the timestamp for it too, though. Isn't that awesome, dude? Look, I'm doing troubleshooting for you. Are we back? I think we're back on Twitch. No, it's still error. Huh? Do I need to end my stream entirely? FTL. Yeah, it keeps on failing. Let me yeah, because I turned out the multi-stream. I just like toggled it off and then toggled it back on. I wonder if I need to, maybe I just need to stop it entirely. No, don't worry about it. It's all good. So let me just try toggling it one more time. We're gonna turn it off. Here we go. So we're turning off the toggle. Let me actually let me just do this for you really quick. So this would be helpful for you. Welcome to Troubleshooting 101, boys and girls. All right. So we're shutting this guy off, right? So that's turning off. Let's gonna bring this guy up here. Reload the player. Okay, so oh hey, it's not working. All right, so it's still saying that I'm live. Let me refresh the page. Okay, so that's off. All right, so let's turn this back on now. I'm turning it on. Anything? Let's refresh. Idiocracy has spoken. God, you guys suck. It's still not happening. There was a network error. Please try again. All right, we're gonna stop the stream and then we'll come back. Hang tight. Skynet tilt did Skynet tilt Twitch entirely? Like like there's nothing working over there at all? Oh, I'm just special. Oh, jeez. All right. So I was just working with Zap over here because I was showing him some examples because of my live configuration here. But what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to turn off my stream. Turn off stream, turn off YouTube as well. Do you just want me to stream directly from? So what am I streaming from then? You can send me a message through Discord if you want. This is interesting.